1, we're going to find the radius of convergence of the power series. We have the sum from n equals 0 to infinity of n times x to the power of n divided by x plus 2. We're going to use the ratio test and set our limit to less than 1 to find our radius of convergence. So let me write it out for you. By the way, all these little things, tests, definitions, theorems I have are all on my Facebook page if you ever want to save a copy of the photo. So what this says here, I know you can't see it, is the limit as n approaches infinity of a sub n plus 1 divided by a sub n. And now let's substitute everything in. We're going to get the limit as n approaches infinity. The only thing we need the absolute value on is our x value. So let's just take our n and write n plus 1. And then we'll do the absolute value of x to the power of n plus 1. And this is divided by n plus 1 plus 2, which is going to be n plus 3. All right, now for our a sub n, we're dividing. So that means we're multiplying by the reciprocal. So that's going to be n plus 2 divided by n times x to the power of n. Now, we're taking the limit as n approaches infinity. So what I want to do is get this x out. So if I take this x and this x, this is going to be absolute value of x to the power of n plus 1. And then looks like a plus, that looks like a h. All right, so n plus 1. And since this is in the denominator, this is going to be minus n. So this is just going to be absolute value of x to the power of 1. So let's pull this out, absolute value of x. Now everything else has n's in it, so now let's start with our limit as n approaches infinity and simplify everything else. We have n plus 1 times n plus 2 divided by n plus 3. All right. Now to see what we can, to help us look at this a little better, let's go ahead and FOIL this out. This is going to be n squared plus 3n plus 2 divided by n. Oh, I have another n here, so I should put n. So it's going to be n squared plus 3n. All right. Now, when you take this limit, as this number gets larger and larger, it's just going to go to 1 because this 2 is not going to matter. And basically, you're going to have n squared plus 3n divided by n squared plus 3n. So that equals 1. So we basically have the absolute value of x times 1, which just equals absolute value of x. So again, this whole thing just equals 1. Now, so for it to be convergent, we're going to set absolute value of x is less than 1. So that's going to be convergent. I'll just put converges. And the absolute value of x greater than 1, that's condition 2. That would be divergent or diverges. So that means your radius of convergence is r equals 1. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.